Swatch and Amiga have just released the brand new Moonswatch, and in this video we're going to be covering everything that you need to know about this mission to Moonphase, as well as a couple of hidden features and hidden gems. So I'm sure everyone remembers when Swatch and Amiga released the first Moonswatches, about a year and a half to 2 years ago now, and the massive amounts of hype and the massive amounts of demand for those watches. And then shortly after that, they released the mission to Moonshine Gold, and now it's this, the mission to Moonphase. Okay, so let's begin with the question that's on everybody's minds. Let's begin with the release date, or the sneaky release, the release that we didn't really see coming, but we kind of did. Swatch gave us a release date, and they didn't stick to it. In fact, they actually launched probably a couple of days ahead of schedule. And I think I know why this is. Essentially what I think has happened is somebody has leaked an image of this watch, or somebody has leaked this watch to the press, and to get ahead of the curve and to stay on that hype train, Amiga have just decided to release it anyway. Oh my I'm so sorry, guys. I was on a plane back from Mexico, I'm super jet lagged, and I'm definitely ill. Now, because of this proposed leak, or what I think was a leak, they actually released it on the 20th of March, a couple of days ahead of schedule, as I said. And they released it at about 11 PM last night UK time, and that resulted in me having kind of just an all-nighter, as well as being jet lagged and far too much coffee yesterday, so I am knackered. But let's dig into the specs of this watch. The specs on this watch are kind of what we know and love from the Moonswatch. They're actually pretty much or almost identical to the specs on the last Moonswatch. The case diameter comes in at 42 millimeters. The case thickness comes in at 13.75 millimeters, and the lug-to-lug comes in at 47.3 millimeters. Now, I actually have a Moonswatch on. I removed it from the NATO strap that I have on, and I put it on this for the purposes of this video. But the actual aesthetic and specs of this watch are really, really sexy. I have to say that. And it's kind of just an affordable, less good version of the Moonwatch. And yes, I know what people are going to say, it is a Swatch watch, but the aesthetics, they're nice. This model comes in white bioceramic, and it also has that Velcro strap, quite similar to the one that I've put on here at the moment. And you can actually listen to this, So it is a kind of Velcro strap, but I have to say they look so much better on a NATO, so try and get it on a NATO if you can. Now, this watch, in essence, comes in black and white. There's no coloration to this watch. It is a black and white watch. The white strap complements the white bioceramic, if that's what you want to call it, case, and also the white face. Now, it does have sub-counters, but the difference to this watch comparatively to the others, and what makes it special, is the fact that it actually has a Moonphase. And this Moonphase, of course, has Snoopy on it with a hidden message. Before we go any further with this video, I realized that 82% of you, when I was digging through my stats, that watch these videos haven't yet subscribed to the channel. If you could do me a huge favor and help a watch nerd out, and if you enjoy this kind of watch news, then I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. When illuminated, the Super Luminova on that little Moonphase piece of the watch actually kind of illuminates, and it says, "I can't sleep without a nightlight." And it also has the two pieces of the moon and the stars illuminating as well. Now, the pictures look pretty damn bright for this Super Luminova, but that remains to be seen. I kind of need to get this watch on in person, try on to see how good it actually is, because I don't know. On that note, what is on your wrist today? Do you have a Moonswatch on, or have you got plans to buy this Moonswatch? What do you think of this new release? Please let me know in the comments. At present, I have, oops, I'm gonna hit the mic at the same time. At present, I have the Moonswatch Mission to Mercury. It's bruised, it's battered, it's actually destroyed, and it's not working. I need to get the battery replaced, but it's a sentimental piece to me. When you flip this watch round to the back, you can see that it's very similar to the previous iterations of the Moonwatch, apart from the moon is in that cartoon type sort of drawy Snoopy style, and instead of an astronaut's footprint, it actually has Snoopy's footprint upon the moon. This watch is water resistant to 30 meters, and of course is quartz operated, it's battery operated, and actually on that note, this one's died, but it has lasted maybe 2 years-ish. This watch actually is that little bit more expensive than its counterpart or the other models in the range. And we kind of expected this because whenever a watch releases a limited edition or a special edition, they normally capitalize on it by raising the price slightly. I mean, look at the June watches that Hamilton released. They were thousands of pounds for a quartz watch because they relate to the movie, and it kind of makes sense for that model. And June fans will be willing to pay the price because they love June. So this watch comes in at £270, but the other models in the range, for example, the Mission to Mercury, comes in at £240. So there's a £30 difference there, which isn't massive, to be honest. I thought they were going to pull that a little bit further. I thought they were going to stretch that a little bit more. So it's not terrible, and I know that Snoopy has a huge sentimental attachment to people. So, you know, why wouldn't they do that? It is funny that Amiga released the white dial Speedmaster and now they're releasing the Snoopy so soon after. I wonder if they did that on purpose, because I know that subsequent to Amiga Moonswatch's launches, the Moonwatch from Amiga has an uplift in sales. And this is actually something that Mr. Hayek has said himself. So I kind of wonder whether they've done this on purpose, because they're very similar models if you look at just the aesthetics, apart from, of course, that Velcro strap. So in 2022, we had the Moonswatch. In 2023, we had the Moonshine Gold. And now in 2024, we have the Snoopy. My question for you is, what's next? What do you think Amiga has in its arsenal, or Swatch has in its arsenal? What are they going to pull out next? Or is this the last one? Thank you guys so much for watching. It's a really quick update from me, just with my thoughts, my feelings. Will I get this watch? I probably would. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit that subscribe button. If you didn't enjoy, hit that subscribe button, but just that little bit more aggressively. Remember, we do have our Into the Mind podcast. That's the Into the Mind podcast, which is with myself. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you soon.